It is Tuesday, December 31st, and on this final day of 2024, we have some weather storylines to unpack. We're also going to peek ahead into what the new year may have in store. First up, it's going to be cold temperatures. We're already starting to see some of that cold air from the north filter into parts of Western Canada, but it will be arriving maybe uninvitedly into parts of Eastern Canada, dropping temperatures there as we look into the first few days of 2025. But here's a look at some of the cold temperatures, and this is kind of just the beginning, as the cold air will gradually be making for daytime highs and feels like values even colder than this in parts of Western Canada. But as we can see, other than that, not a very active pattern, fairly quiet weather conditions, just some light flurries for the prairies. Going to make up for some snowfall totals, maybe 5 to 10 centimeters in parts of northern Saskatchewan. But all in all, it is fairly widespread, but lighter on the snowfall side here. And here's a look at this afternoon, but what may even be more important is this evening, as we have a geomagnetic storm that could give us some good northern lights viewing. However, fairly widespread cloud cover may sort of dampen that a little bit, so we'll hope for a break in those clouds for this evening and overnight. Looking ahead, as I mentioned, even colder temperatures on the way. By Friday in the Queen City, minus 23 degrees, feeling even colder with the wind chill. And for Winnipeg, maybe that coldest air arriving a little bit later, but a very similar dip in temperatures we're seeing there. Now, after what's been relentless active weather for parts of British Columbia, a much quieter pattern. We can see into Thursday, we have another round of moisture making its way into Vancouver, but all in all, when we look through Thursday, not much in the way of rainfall forecast, but some may actually be getting snow thanks to the lower freezing levels we have until about Thursday, Friday, when those freezing levels lift back up. But could be seeing some snow in places where we've been getting rain in recent days. This afternoon, taking a look at temperature of 5 degrees for Vancouver, Tofino, and Campbell River still may be dealing with some of those rain showers, but a more active pattern will pick back up for Vancouver by the looks of it for the first few days of the new year. Okay, off to Eastern Canada now. A pretty sharp temperature contrast. Things are much warmer here compared to Western Canada, but it's a lot more active here. Now, after the active weather passes through, the cold air is going to make its way in, and that's going to be dipping temperatures down. Take a look at Saturday across parts of Eastern Canada. For Timmins, we're down to minus 18. Feeling like minus 28 for the daytime high. So temperature storyline aside, active weather. So this evening on New Year's Eve, many people heading out in southern Ontario, possibly some rain showers or even the snowfall starting to become a factor there. Then into our New Year's Day, the snow story's really going to pick up. Some lake effect snow in parts of southern Ontario, Quebec, and into parts of New Brunswick. The snowfall will really become a factor. Here's a look at that snowfall for Ontario. You see things get a little heavier when you head into more eastern areas. For Quebec, this is where the snowfall could be perhaps its most intense with this system, and some of this will make its way into Atlantic Canada as well. Very strong wind gusts expected to pick up as this system moves through, and again, once the system kind of breezes through the region, that colder air is going to be pulled down, dipping temperatures. And here's a look at some of the cold on the way for Toronto, and for Atlantic Canada, some rain showers this afternoon for Newfoundland, clearer for the Maritimes.